Right, we're sorry for the break in transmission. As I was saying, we're here in Global TV. We want to wish Madam Kike Lomo Kere a happy birthday, because it's good to always celebrate life, and it's also good to celebrate prosperity. Now, coming to Lunch Global, today we'll be looking at some of the food that we should eat for lunch. So we're not talking about the combination, we're not talking about the direct food, we're not talking about whether it's supposed to be rice or it's supposed to be beans. Now we're talking about the nutritional value that you should have, the kind of combination you should have in your food, what should be missing and what should not be missing. So we've all suffered from hunger pangs that always seems to hit around 3 p.m., causing us to reach for a candy bar, chips, or some other unhealthy snack. What that grumble in your stomach really means is that you didn't eat the right foods during lunch to sustain you for the rest of the afternoon. To make sure you're filling up properly, have a look at this filling foods that will help hold you over until dinner time. Why eating right for lunch is important is because it provides energy and nutrients to keep the body and brain working effectively through the afternoon. A packed lunch made at home can be a healthy and delicious choice and gives you control over the foods and ingredients included. Now, you can eat for your lunch. You should be able to differentiate between a simple carbohydrate and also a complex carbohydrate. Like an instance of a simple carbohydrate is bread, and a complex carbohydrate can be beans, because most of the time it keeps you full, it keeps you energetic probably before you finish your work or before whatever it is that you're doing, and it sustains you till the time you're able to eat dinner. And for today, we're going to start with complex carbohydrate. Let's see what a complex carbohydrate, what does it entail? What does it do to the body? What kind of food should you eat? Because you can't, we don't expect rice, yam, pasta and the likes to be the same level or amount of carbohydrate. Rice might be a little bit lower than yam and beans, because most of the time now there's a confusion whether a beans is a protein or a carbohydrate. Now, beans contains a higher amount of carbohydrate compared to the protein content in beans. So today we're going to start with complex carbohydrate. Skipping complex carb at lunch is sure to land you in the hunger zone later in the day. Not only does your body digest them slowly, keeping you full longer, but they also happen to be very nutritious. Whole grains are rich in fiber, which is key for a healthy digestive tract and preventing several types of cancer. When choosing bread, make sure it has at least 2 or 3 grams of fiber per slice and is made with 100% whole wheat. But you don't have to limit your carbs to bread. Sweet potatoes are very complex carbohydrate, especially when you eat the skin, which will be digested slowly, keeping you full for several hours. They are also rich in vitamin A and vitamin C, and they lower blood pressure. So, too, we have like suggestion the kind of bread you should go for. If you're a bread lover, if you like to eat bread, maybe you want to eat bread in the morning to go with your tea and bread, or to go with your omelette, or to go with whatever combination you do. Like it can be with anything, your jam, your fruit. So you can go with a whole grain bread. You can also go with a whole grain pasta, brown rice, and sweet potatoes. Those are the kind of meals that have like a high level of carbohydrate, which is the complex carbohydrate. Reason being, they keep you fuller, they keep you energetic. Most of the time when you are probably at work or you're doing your home activities, most of the time a lot of people are out for work. Some are in the market or for business men and women. You wouldn't want to just be eating and trust me, it is not it doesn't help you save money, because you just want to eat on every other snack you see around. So most importantly, when you're eating after you eat your breakfast, you should go for a complex carbohydrate with a mixture of whatever protein you want, whatever fiber you want, whatever dairy you want. putting all of this together, now it helps you to feel that energy in your body. It helps you get full, and it sustains you to the level, to the time before you eat your dinner, or probably before close of work, before you take the time, the time off from duty for the day. So you wouldn't want to be eating anyhow now, because sometimes now it's not good for you. You can't see maybe somebody passing with something and you're buying another person, especially for the people who are market men and women. You know, sometimes you just want to just eat everything. But let's try and eat the right thing, because that is the right thing we need for lunch. Why lunch is very important is because it sustains you. It keeps you energetic. Yes, breakfast is good. It's the most important meal of the day. Reason being, it's like you fasted all through the night and your stomach is empty. Of course, you need something warm. You need something to boost you. You need something to give you this vibe in your body, this power for it to be able to be very active for the day. So for the complex carbohydrate, you should try whole grain bread, you should try whole grain pasta, you should try brown rice and sweet potatoes. Don't forget brown rice. I did say the regular rice. I make emphasis the brown rice, and sweet potato is super good and is perfect for your sustenance throughout the day. Moving forward, we'll be looking at protein. Protein can be fish, it can be salmon, it can be Titus, it can be any kind of fish. You can go for meat, you can go for chicken, you can go for eggs, you can go for some vegetables who are packed in protein, and a lot more. Because your body digests proteins slower than other food group, incorporating them into your midday meal will provide you with some serious lasting power. More suggests salmon, an excellent source of protein and omega-3 fatty acid, which are good for your heart. She also recommends chicken, which is easy to incorporate into almost any lunch. But fish and poultry aren't the only good source of protein. Next time you're at the salad bar, throw in black beans, kidney beans, lima beans, pinto beans, or navy beans for extra protein and extra fiber. Now, when we talk about beans are packed in protein, but trust me, every beans is not the same beans. I'll use that one. You know, we have the black head white beans. Most of the times they're, those are carbohydrate. But you have other beans that are packed with protein aside the black-eyed beans. That's why you can go for the kidney beans, you can go for the lima beans, you can go for the black beans. There are a lot of beans, and most of the time make that mixture in your salad to give you that perfect fullness you want, like every other day. Because if you're like me, who is a salad lover, you just want to eat salad for lunch, because most of the time that's what I go for, because it's good and it keeps you full. There's pack of proteins, there's a little bit of carbohydrate. It's like you have your dairy, you have your, like everything is just packed inside, and it goes so easy. Now it keeps you full, it keeps you energetic. You know, there are meals that you eat and sometimes you feel like you're already feeling lazy, you're already feeling like you just want to sleep the next minute. That is why we are recommending the perfect food for you, so that after you eat them, you don't feel that tiredness. Instead, you feel so energetic and very active. Trust me, you wouldn't want your boss to send you out of the office just because you're feeling sleepy or you're just trying to relax. Most of the time, it's too much of the food you eat, and you have to regulate on the portion, because when you eat the right food, you don't need to pack so much. You know, there are people that when they're eating their rice will have to, the food, if it's not like a mansion, it's hard for them to eat. Trust me, you are not eating healthy. If you want to eat healthy, there are certain food you eat, they keep you so full and you don't eat too much. You can always go back, dish out your plate. And if you're buying food, just regulate it. You can eat small now, so you'll be able to eat again later. Now, it also regulates that amount of spending for you. Now, suggestions of the kind of protein you should eat every time. In fact, when you're combining it with your carbohydrate, you know, we have salmon, we have chicken, we have tuna, we have nuts, we have tofu, we have beans, turkey leaf, beef, you have eggs as well. So it's not only eggs. You know, most of the time, like, oh, eggs are the perfect protein for you, just eat eggs or just eat fish. What kind of fish? What kind of fish is healthy? Don't eat red meat. It's quite not really healthy, but there are people who like to eat red meat a lot of times. But then if you're looking for that perfect protein, you can either go for tuna or salmon or chickens or nuts or tofu, beans. You can have turkey, lean beef, and also eggs. Don't forget lean beef. You can go in with beef, but make sure it's as lean as possible, low fat as well, because as that beef, the fat is not healthy for you at all. Now we'll be looking at low fat diet. You know, most of the time you avoid eating fat because it makes you gain weight unnecessarily, and you want to keep a good body. You want to be healthy, good hygiene, everything. So you have to regulate on the kind of diary you take, because it makes you feel so heavy. Let me use that word. Imagine you eating fatty food and then you end up being fat. Now you can't compare yourself with the time where you eat less and then you're a little bit your weight is not something that is unbearable, because sometimes when you're adding fats are packing up in your body, even from how you react, you know, you feel so heavy, you feel so full and lazy as well. So for lunch, for you to be able to have this better way of relating, better way of being active, you should go for low dairy fat. If you're a yogurt lover, if you're someone who loves milk, like you have to take yogurt. If you don't take yogurt, it's like your day is not complete. Then I suggest you go for low fat dairy. Just because you don't like milk doesn't mean you have to skip your dairy intake. 1 ounce of 2% cheese will provide 3.5 grams of fat and 5.5 grams of protein, helping to keep you full. When choosing dairy, pick reduced fat versions to limit saturated fat but maximize lasting power. Ending your meal with a container of low-fat yogurt provides protein and calcium and satisfies your dessert cravings. Low-fat milk, reduced fats, and then we have like reduced fat cheese. We have yogurt, you have soy milk, you have almonds milk, you have Greek yogurt. Like, just try something really, really low if you want to feel that freedom and that ease, because the more you take heavy fats, the more problem it causes to your body, not health wise, but then it makes you not active, it makes you want to sleep, because most of the time you say when you take yogurt you just want to sleep. But trust me, it's not all yogurt, because there are yogurt, if you want to know, you have to read more, you have to understand what you eat, what are the kind of foods you eat, what are the kind of things you take. Do you just eat at random because you feel hungry or because you have cravings of that certain food? At all times, whatever you're eating, have it in mind that you should know what you want that food to do in your body. What's the purpose? Why are you taking it? Are you just eating it because you're hungry? Are you eating it because you want to eat right? Are you eating it just because your friend is eating it and like, why not dive into? Because yes, oftentimes when we go out, I just want to eat what you want to eat. Just because I want to eat rice and turkey, you also want to eat rice and turkey because you feel, oh, it looks good, it looks delicious. But what does the body need actually? Are you trying to satisfy hunger? Are you trying to look out for, okay, I've been having this heaviness, I've been feeling this kind of way, and I want to really dive in and go to and eat the right thing. And trust me, you have to also understand what your body needs by reading and understanding the kind of things you eat. It's not all the time that when you feel a little bit of unease is a medical issue, that I want to run to the hospital or go into the pharmacy to get your medication. Sometimes it's just the kind of food you eat. I know that there are days that when I don't eat right, immediately after eating, I just feel sick. And it's because that's not what the body needs at that time. Maybe your body needs something to reactivate your emotions, reactivate your strength and your power. But then I ended up eating something because it looks appealing to my eyes, forgetting about my health, forgetting about my emotions, forgetting about what my body needs at that particular time. So moving forward, we'll be looking at assorted fruit. You know, everything we're talking about is those are the kind of things you should try and eat. If you don't eat the protein, part of the protein, you don't eat, but you should eat part of the carbohydrates. You take the dairy, low-fat dairy. You should also take assorted fruit. This food you can just combine all of them together in a very, very low quantity. And before you know, you just eat a little food and you feel very full and you're surprised. This small thing that I'm eating, I'm already feeling full. And some days you eat a lot of food and you still feel hungry after a short period of time. Now, assorted fruits are fresh fruit made from a perfect lunchtime dessert that won't cause your energy to crash in the late afternoons. unlike other sugary options, but it's also an excellent add into salad and sandwiches. The high amount of monosaturated fat, about 6 grams per half cup in an avocado, will fill you up significantly. So there's a suggestion that slicing it over a salad or making a spread for your sandwich. Apples contain 5 grams of fiber and are about 80% water, so they fill your belly, making them a great dessert option. Which we have recommendations raisin, which are sweet, portable, and loaded with fibers. Now, in your suggestion, you can go for, there are fruits that are dry and you want to mix it up with your yogurt or with your salad and it goes perfectly well. You can go with the fresh, healthy, dry food. Our suggestions for certain fruit you can go in with, so you can mix it up with your fruit salad. You can make your fruit salad with different combinations. This fruit can also go perfectly well with your salad, and then you enjoy it even much more better. We can go with oranges, and make sure before taking oranges you've had something to eat. Now it's like, okay, basically that's like your dessert. You just make sure that, okay, you have this fruit salad. Oranges, because oranges usually make you feel a little bit hungry, but then when you have it combined together with your food, trust me, you easy digestion, you still feel full, you have enough level of water in your body to keep you hydrated. Now you can go in with oranges, with apples. I said it earlier, the apples contain 80% water, so, and then there's the calcium, right? So you have apples, you have oranges, you have avocados, you have mangoes, blueberries, raisins, and also bananas. Now these fruits can go very well for you. It's very healthy for you, so any of the combination, it can go as your fruit salad and also a combination to your salad. Now we're going to see the importance of eating a healthy lunch, because you need to know why you should eat healthy at lunch, why your lunch is super important to you, despite the fact that you had your breakfast, but then you have to go in with the lunch as well. But before we move further, we're going to go on a very short break, and then don't go anywhere yet, because it is very important for you to know why it is important that you eat healthy for lunch. So stay tuned and don't leave yet. You're welcome back from the break. Before the break, we're talking about the importance of eating healthy and what kind of combination, what do you need? What are the kind of carbohydrates? What kind of protein? What kind of low-fat diary do you need? And then what fruit do you need to sustain you and to keep you also full in a day, that you don't have to just be eating anything you see for the day. So moving forward, we want to see the importance of the food, or the importance of having to eat healthy lunch. And if this is your first time of joining me, I am Chunk Anamel Joseph, and this is Lunch Global on Global TV. Now, eating a healthy lunch is important for you, for so many reasons. It gives you energy, or it gives us our energy that you need to sustain yourself throughout the day. Eating a nutrient-packed lunch helps us avoid a mid-afternoon crash. Skipping lunch leaves us starving by the time we get home from work or running errands. This leads to binge eating or the temptation to hit the drive-through. Taking time out of your busy day to eat lunch with a friend or coworker helps you refresh the relationship built through things that are great for our spirit. So what you should eat to get the nutrients you need. The key to healthy lunch lies in 2 components: simplicity and the brown bag. Stock up a simple, nutritious ingredient and pack your lunch the day before. By making your own meals, you are more likely to stick with your meal plan, and not eating out will save you calories, as prepared food are often loaded with extra preservatives and sauce that add up quickly. So some of the suggestion you need for lunch is for you to come up with or pack whole grain pasta salad with roasted or steamed veggies. You have whole grain spaghetti with vegetable marinara. You have roasted vegetable sandwich or whole grain bread with grain mustard, roasted turkey sandwich with spinach on a whole grain basil, then canned or grilled tuna on a bed of spinach greens, roasted chicken with a heap of raw vegetable on the side, dipped in fat-free dressing, whole wheat pita stuffed with diced chicken, black bean spread, spinach, and red pepper. So all the time, just try your possible best. It's not easy, you know. Sometimes it's how you discipline yourself. We know it's not easy for you to just come up. You have to do this. But trust me, when you care so much about your health, you will love to do the right thing. Thank you for joining me on today's episode on Lunch Global. I am still your host, Chunk Annamel Joseph. And in case you have anything at all you want to share with us, you want to learn more, you want to still understand more about what we're talking about today, you can send us a message on all our social media platforms, and we're going to be right there to give you the right answer you need for yourself. And that's because we care so much about your health. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day.